We retaught home security needs heavy, jingling keys and complex, expensive systems. Everyone believes that's just how it has to be. But Japan reveals that all that bulky fuss is actually slowing us down, making things harder. They found a radically simple way to make access easier, safer, and completely keyless. It changes everything you thought you knew about protecting your front door and what convenience really means. Think about it. We all have that moment of pure frustration, digging through our pockets for our keys, especially when our hands are full. Or the headache of trying to get a spare key to a friend who needs to water the plants while you're away. It's such a hassle. But in many apartments across Japan, that problem just doesn't exist anymore. They've moved on from old metal keys to these incredibly simple electronic locks. This means you can get into your home with a quick PIN code, a little tag on your keychain, your fingerprint, or even just an app on your phone. And it is where it gets really clever. Instead of coordinating a key drop-off, you can just create a temporary code for your friend that works for one day. It's simple, it's secure, and it gets rid of a huge, unnecessary headache. It's not just about adding convenience. It's about getting rid of a system that's fundamentally broken when you really stop and think about it. Your traditional metal key is basically a single point of failure. If you lose it, you're not just locked out. That key is now a security risk floating around in the world. Anyone who finds it, especially with a lost wallet or ID, has a direct path into your home. And think of the hassle. Calling the locksmith isn't just expensive, it's your whole afternoon wasted, waiting for them to show up. If you're really worried about who might have found that lost key, your only option is to change the entire lock. It's a huge, costly overreaction to a tiny mistake. But the security problem goes even deeper than that. Let's say you give a spare key to a contractor, a cleaner, or a dog walker. You are trusting them completely. You have no way of knowing if they made a copy for themselves. There's no way to turn off that key once it's out of your hands. That's the real weakness of the old system. With a metal key, you have almost no control. Once it's created, it works forever, for anyone who holds it. You can't track it, you can't disable it, and you can't limit when it can be used. Then there's the small, everyday stress that we all just learned to live with. That constant mental checklist we run before leaving the house: phone, wallet, keys. We all felt that mini heart attack when you pat your pocket and it feels empty. That jingle is a constant, physical reminder of a clunky, insecure system we rely on every single day. We just accepted the bulk, the noise, and the risk as a normal part of life. But what these systems in Japan are proving is that we don't have to. The problem isn't just about the frustration of fumbling for keys, it's about the entire outdated philosophy behind them. So what does the alternative look like? In many modern apartments in Japan, the front door has completely changed. Instead of a simple keyhole, you get a sleek panel with a keypad, a small sensor, and maybe a fingerprint scanner. This is where the old system gets left behind. Getting into your home is no longer tied to one single object. You can punch in a PIN code. You can tap a small plastic fob or a card, just like they use at an office. You can use your fingerprint. And, of course, you can just pull out your smartphone and use an app. But this isn't about adding fancy tech for the sake of it. Each of these methods gives you a level of control you could never have with a metal key. And it is where it gets really smart. Imagine you're out of town, and you need a friend to stop by to water your plants. Or maybe a repair person needs to get in to check on an appliance. In the old days, you'd have to leave them a key, and just trust them. Not anymore. With these systems, you just open the app on your phone. From anywhere in the world, you can create a special one-time use PIN code. Your friend uses it once, and then it expires. It can never be used again. Or, you can get even more specific. You can grant access that only works on a certain day, and only between certain hours. Say, Tuesday from 2 de la tarde to 4 de la tarde. Outside of that window, the code or their phone app simply won't work. Suddenly, you're not handing out permanent access to your home. You're giving out temporary, digital permissions that you control completely. You decide who gets in, and exactly when. The second you don't want them to have access, you can turn it off with a tap. This kind of thinking, where you don't just patch a problem but rethink it from the ground up, is a huge part of Japanese design and engineering. It's not about adding more features. It's about finding the real, underlying issue and solving that. There is actually a famous method for this that came out of Toyota, known as the 5 whys. The idea is simple: when you face a problem, you ask why 5 times to get to the root of what's actually going wrong. You don't just treat the symptom, you find the disease. So let's apply that to the old-fashioned metal key. The problem: you need to let a friend into your house, but you're not there. Okay, why is that a problem? Because say you need to give them a key. Why is that a problem? Because say you either have to hide one somewhere unsafe, or give them your only copy, which you might not get back. Why is that a problem? Because say access to your home is tied to one single, physical object. Why is that the real problem? Because say that single object can be lost, stolen, or copied without your knowledge. You have almost no control once it leaves your hand. See. The problem isn't just about convenience. The root cause is that the whole system is built on a single, vulnerable point of failure, a little piece of metal. So when you look at these Japanese smart locks, you realize they didn't just try to build a better key. They looked at that root problem, the dependency on a physical object, and they eliminated it. They replaced it with a system of permissions. A PIN code isn't an object. Your fingerprint isn't an object. A temporary code sent to a friend's phone isn't an object you can lose. This isn't just a high-tech upgrade. It's a fundamentally better solution because it solves the real problem that has existed for centuries. It separates the idea of access from the need for a physical key. These Japanese systems completely rethink home access. They ditch the old keys for options like pins, RFID fobs, fingerprints, or your phone. This isn't just convenience, it's about complete control. Need someone to water your plants while you're away? Send them a one-time code, or schedule the door to open for a specific time, all from your app. It makes security flexible, easy, and totally stress-free. We started this video questioning those heavy, jingling keys we always trusted. But Japan shows us something profound: our old way isn't just inconvenient, it's a fundamental flaw. It makes you think, doesn't it? What other truths about our homes, or even our world, are actually holding us back? If you want to keep discovering these simple, game-changing ideas, then hit that subscribe button. We keep digging into the unexpected ways things are changing. Don't miss what's next.